look like you. I don't look like daddy. Now, will you feel bad? Am I your child? Being raised in a slum, a single mother. Brother, he came looking for you. I'm like, which brother is
What
this?
brother are you talking about?
So, and I remember then he used to wear a red t-shirt so much. The one who wears a red t-shirt.
Welcome to Tetanam, a podcast for Africans by Africans. On this week's episode, we celebrate Mother's Day, and I have an amazing guest. My mother has graced us with her presence. We're here to talk about the challenges she's gone through in motherhood. Did she see herself as a mother? The victories she's had as a mother, the sacrifices she's had as a mother. In short, it's all about mothers. So sit back and enjoy.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Hi, girl.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you also for the surprise visit. It's good you came. At least we've had a good chat, a good meal, just talking, spending the time together. It's quite good.
I had missed your food.
I know.
Like on the way, there's this saying people say, somebody who's not walked or visited around will always say that their mother's food is the best.
It's the best, yes.
Guys, I've walked around and my mama's food is the best.
It's always the best.
Please. There's something that your mom's food has that no one else's
can do it anytime.
No one else's will have. And I remember we were talking, was it last week? I think it was last week. And then you were asking me, when are you going to come?
Yeah.
And that's when my idea of coming was like,
can I surprise this mother?
Like, too easy.
Just like that.
You know, like if I just go. So yeah, that's why I was like, let me go. I think there's a part of me that doesn't like it when you spend Mother's Day without either of us.
Yeah, it's true, by the way.
I really don't like it. Yeah. And then I was like, alikuwa ameniuliza Mother's Day is around the corner. I've been thinking of going.
Why not?
It's just 6 hours away,
Only. Yeah, when you do the road, but when you fly, just 45 only.
When I grow up.
Or 30 minutes. I'm
like, I'll see you in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
When I grow up. When
you grow up.
For one, when you were younger, what did you envision being a mom? Like, what was your vision of you being a mom when you were younger?
Okay. Wow. When I was younger, just like any other girl, I didn't have the idea of one day I'll be a mother. To start with, by the way.
Okay.
I didn't. Because I thought being a mother, you need to get ready, you need to get this, you need to get that, Personally, let me not just lie. I had that plan that one day I'll become. I didn't completely, but I saw my mom doing stuff. Yeah, struggling to ensure that we had food on the table because I've been raised by a single mom. Raised by a single mom means she is the father and she is the mother. And my mother she really used to work really hard to ensure that we are all comfortable, and we are 4 of us, and we are all girls. Yeah.
Shout out
yes.
to Shosho.
We are all girls. So okay, it wasn't easy, but again, looking the way she was doing her just, can I call it juakali jobs to ensure that we have food on the table, because my mom did local brew. She would, together with my uncles, she'll go do this brew called changa. It's a common one. We'll do that. Another one called moratina. After that, yeah.
Crazy.
Yes, after that, now things became worse because of the police here and there. So she was like, no, I'll not do this thing forever. We started now doing selling vegetables. Yeah. So we've sold vegetables for quite a long time. And then after that, now she was employed in a church. Yeah, as a cook. Now we were comfortable because now we were sure we'll get food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was no police coming in to harass her or to harass us or any other person. Yeah. So it's that journey. You see, from this something that wasn't good making it better, and now to a place now we feel that we are comfortable.
Comfortable,
Yeah. But of course, in between there were a lot of struggles. Every now and then we are out of school because of school fees. Yeah. But we made it through. And the good thing is that none of all those 4 girls, none of us actually gave birth at our mother's house. None. Actually, all of us left the house in a white wedding.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
None of us. And we really made her proud.
Yeah.
Because other girls were talking bad about us. And look at these ones. Now they're pretending the way they're educated. You know,
Yeah.
we were being called the most educated girls, you know. And then you see, we were raised in a slum, Korogosho slum, yeah? Being raised in a slum, a single mother who is also struggling to make ends meet, it wasn't easy. That's what I learned from her. And also being a hard worker. Working hard, having a goal, having a vision, it really helps. Because it's exactly what my mom did. Yes, we know we didn't have much, but the little we had, we were happy with it. And we were very satisfied with it. And that's one thing that I took from her. Whatever small that I have, I'm happy with it.
Happy about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Because one thing I told myself, I don't want to always having pressure. I need this kind of life. I need that. No. I didn't want that. Yeah. So my journey to motherhood.
Hey, first of all,
Yes.
wow. I would have not have thought that you didn't see yourself as a mom.
I didn't.
I would not
By
have.
the
That has surprised
way,
me.
I didn't.
Like, for real.
I did, how will you be? I didn't.
That has really
Yeah.
surprised me. And there's something you've said of how all of you stayed in your mom's house.
Yes.
Until you were now getting married.
Yes.
And one person can listen to that and be like, oh, so she left her mom's. They waited to leave their mom's house to go to a man's house. And it's like, guys, it shows some kind of strength and a standard that you guys had put,
Yes.
and a level of being together. And I can say, as your child, that's something that really reflects now. Because I remember there's a time I really wanted to move out, and I was talking to Dad about it, and his dad is on actually refused.
Said no, yeah. I remember
He
he
really
told me.
refused.
Yeah.
And he was like, even your mom and her sisters, they stayed home.
Yes.
And those who wanted to come and remove them out went to their home.
Yes.
And it's like that thing, home, that is the thing that I want you to know.
Yes.
This is home.
Yes.
And this idea of having to go somewhere else to be alone, to look for your home, doesn't really make sense. And it got me thinking, that's not even an African. Africans, we really believe in togetherness and staying together. Even when you move out, you don't move too far.
No, you don't.
You're
You're
always
just next door.
within the vicinity, tuko karibu na each other. So now even hearing, and I can say for a fact, all 4 of you, you were raised in the same situation, but you also became different women in your own ways.
Yes.
I feel like you guys went through motherhood in your own ways, and womanhood especially in your own ways.
Yeah.
So when did you actually be like, okay, now I think I can be a mom?
I remember when I was courting now my husband.
When Dad was courting.
Yeah. Okay, when we were dating. It didn't start as we are dating. No, we were just friends in a youth group.
Oh, okay.
We were friends. And so we will visit, not just him. By the way, our home, because we had all girls, a lot of men used to visit. You see, like 3 men have come to visit, just men visiting. Us, by the way, we didn't have like girlfriends. No.
This is where I get it from.
Girlfriends, by the way, we had them in the youth group. Yes. But within our area, we didn't, because most of them were already mothers at 16, at 17. They were mothers and they were talking bad about us guys. So you're like, is this kind of friends that I want? You're like, no. So to us, it's just men who are visiting. No girls who are visiting, by the way.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because Shosho is mama military. Like
KDF. I've even served her as a KDF.
Defense forces.
But she's good.
that lady
The
is
military really
defense
it helped us.
forces.
Yes.
And it's very interesting hearing
Mhm.
how she was very tough.
Yes,
I
she
think
was.
We've gotten the sense that she was very tough.
Mm.
All girls,
Mm.
and then she would allow guys in the house.
Mm.
Somebody hears that story,
Like how?
and they're like, oh, what? And when you want to when I want to think about it and try to understand it, I'm like, okay, did it come from her? Did it come in a perspective of I want my girls to also understand an environment around men and feel that comfort of men can come to your home and you don't have to feel insecure about it. It is a friendly thing because they're part of society. I think even from hearing it, that's how I personally interpret it. Because even me growing up, and I would bring my friends over, and especially my male friends, most of my male friends are terrified because of dad. Everybody thinks I have one friend.
Is your father home?
But I have this one friend who's always like, Malika, if your dad is home, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna knock the door. Utanipata kwa gate. You'll get me at
the gate, yeah.
And they're like, hey, it's your mom. Then when most of my male friends, when they meet you, they're like, they get very socialized.
Yeah.
So I think that somehow you passed it down in a modernized kind of way, because even us at home we're just girls.
Yeah.
We're two girls. And even me, I don't have many female friends. The only close female friend I have is
just
Hazel.
one, yeah.
It's just one.
And she's like a family friend now. Yeah,
She's
she is a
literally
family
become
friend.
family.
Yeah.
And even her, when we were younger, there was a point I didn't want to be friends with Hazel. For
real.
there was a point I didn't want to be friends with her. And she's the one who really
insisted
on our friendship.
Which was good.
And I always tell, even I was having this conversation with her yesterday, and I was like, "What? You saw something that even I didn't see."
Yeah.
And I'm not only grateful for that, but it helped me understand also there are very many other women around you who will not speak good light and goodwill.
Of course, yeah.
Onto you. And there's even from betrayal and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because in my own way, I've gone through female betrayal, and I'm still trying to digest it or understand it, if I can say that. And then even hearing you saying that at such a young age, sikuongea vibaya, but somebody who got pregnant at 16
or 17
is talking bad about
you.
Yes.
And because we are always going to school, you know.
Like, okay, why are you pitting against this? Like, anyway, this lady can be your help. She can be the person, another kwa tutor wako, akuja kusaidia or something. And your family, you guys are not selfish. You're very big givers, and you've constantly given. You've given to me, to Zawadi, to your family. And reflecting with now Shosho, how was growing up with Shosho, apart from her being the provider, but in matters of, let me say, structure and toughness, because raising 4 girls at that time was not easy. And in ghetto, don't forget, in slum, and it was really bad. That was not. It's not easy. Yeah. So how, in your own eyes, how was that experience with her growing up in that in that time, in that environment? Okay, there's something you had mentioned. I don't want us to miss it. The issue of how my mom was tough and he was allowing men to come visit. Yeah. It's because most of them are coming from church. Yeah. You see, when a young person visits, and my mother also, then we were together in church. She was doing her different meetings in church as we have our own, and then she's like, this is a youth group, and my daughters are in this youth group. Oh, they've come to visit. Oh, it's okay. So she didn't have a problem with that because she's able to relate. I see these boys or these young men in this youth group, so they're not bad people. And the other man is maybe a neighbor who is of good character. Yeah, that one my mom, she didn't have a problem with. And then you see, the funny thing is that she will not know who is dating who. Then there was nobody who is, we were not dating, we were just friends. We were friends. Yeah, she didn't know. And I remember even one time when now my husband came visiting, he told me, oh, that brother, brother is a
a missionary who wants to be a priest.
To be
That brother, he came looking for you. I'm like, which brother is
What
this?
brother are you talking about?
So, and I remember then he used to wear a red t-shirt so much. He was like, the one who wears a red t-shirt. I'm like, oh, I've known.
Why do I feel like I know this shirt?
But back to the question you've asked me. My mom was very tough. And it's because of the way she was also brought up. Her mom was also tough.
Gotagano.
Yes. Her mom was also tough, but she was a good mom. And I think for her, she became even tougher because I'm the mother, I'm the father, we are in the slum, and these are girls. If I'm not tough, they'll start bringing kids here. So the only defense is me being tough. At the same time, being a loving mother. So that's the way she did it. Now, the people who face the toughness, it's the first one and me now the second one. We were beaten thoroughly. If you do something wrong, oh my God. My mother beatings, they were bad.
I know, even your beatings were bad.
Yeah. They were bad, but they really shaped us.
Yes,
They really shaped us in terms of when you do something wrong, it's good to have that you're disciplined so that next time you don't repeat. Yeah. And again, also she had we had good time when we'll go just within the house. Some chat, we laugh, all those things we remember about the past. Yeah. Yeah. So I can say it's both. She was tough and she was good, just like any other mom.
What is one situation that got you beaten up?
Whoa. What did we do? Yes.
What didn't you do?
Yes. I remember there was this, can I call it orchestra? They were coming to town. And then we were like, we really loved their music. And me and my sister, we planned to go to town. And where are we going? At the Kenya National Theatre.
KNT.
KNT, and the music was starting around what time? Was it 5 or 4 p.m.? So we left home without telling her, because we knew if we told her, she could not have given us the permission. So we left. We really enjoyed. I can't remember very well the band, but the music was now the old school.
Okay.
Now, we oftenly don't go to town, so we didn't know where we'll get our vehicles back home. And then we are using public means, matatus. So it was like we are in the process of searching where and all that. It got very late. Yes, we got a matatu back home, and by the time we were home, it was around, is it 10 or 9:30? So my mom was like, "Where were you?" We tried explaining it, and he was like, "Apana."
The real story, you're telling her the real story, she was not buying it.
She was not buying it. So luckily, my uncle was around. So my uncle saved us. My uncle was like, why do you want to beat the children? They've told you where they were. They had gone to watch this thing. They did town. Do they know that part of town the way it's dangerous? Do they know? Because we were explaining to her where we passed. She was like,
oh my gosh.
How did you manage? We were just asking and going. So I can say we escaped that, but that was the biggest mistake we ever did. Yes. Yeah. But you see the bad thing with her, she was like, the other time you did this, I didn't beat you. This time you did this,
I didn't beat you.
But there is a time we did I can't remember the mistake. I'm telling you, we were beaten. And you see, with me, when I'm beaten one can, I run. Higher. My elder sister, she will not run. She's just there. And she doesn't scream. Me, I will scream. So my mom is like, oh, you're pretending to be manga. With her, she really got good kids. But with me, I will even try to enter a very small space to ensure that I'm hiding. Yeah? Yes. So, and it was fun. It was fun at the same time. Hey, it was crazy discipline.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But how with the discipline, they go hand in hand. But it helped. for us it really helped because I don't know where it could have been if it's not for her. Yeah.
I think it says, and it says that, even before I say that, in generally, I think in African households, discipline is something that is non-negotiable.
Of course, yeah.
If you have been raised
yes.
in an African house,
yes,
you and slippers,
one thing.
You and a belt,
kiboko, yes. you have to interact.
You have to
somehow.
You somehow have to interact, and I think it's honestly very important.
It's important.
Yes, people don't like physically disciplining their children, but it's honestly important because from even my experiences and me being physically beaten, also I'm like and yeah, I think I'm like, and yeah, if I didn't get that beating, I wouldn't have learned that.
It's true, yeah, it's true.
I wouldn't. And as a kid, kids you can't psychologically punish them because I feel like when you psychologically punish a kid, it will really trail them along until they're an adult. It will create some harbor of resentment.
Yes.
So a physical beating is, I'll beat you now.
We finish.
You will feel pain in 2-3 days.
And then you remember that pain. It's because I did this and this.
You're like,
I'm not supposed to repeat it again.
I'm not going to do it again. When you realized, what was the moment, or how did you feel in the moment when you realized, wow, I'm going to be a mom?
Okay, even before I go to that, after us being friends, we started dating. Yeah, and then we decided, it's time now we can start living together. So then the idea was, or the structure, you don't take a girl to your house without the parents knowing. So we sent some mzee to go talk to my mom, and so that she can inform the mom. Now I'm moving out. I've started living with this guy. Guess what happened? That mzee was chased away. My crazy mom chased that mzee.
What?
I know where you're coming here. I don't want to hear what you want to tell me. Go. Sitaki, enda. Enda.
Oh my God.
That's now from my side. From his side, the parents also, they're like, you're marrying that Kikuyu lady? No, I don't want to hear. Please count me, count yourself as not my child. Gee, what? You'll not be my child again. Now you are lost. You know what he did? He went to visit the parents. He's like, how many children do you have? They counted. If you lose one, is there any problem?
God.
Then count
me as gone.
As gone. I'm lost.
Damn.
Yes. And that's why we started our life. Vichwa ngumu tu wawili. Yes. So much later they started it didn't even last for a month. They started sending people, no, just tell them we don't have any issues with them. They can come visit. Now we send them there again and another one. They were welcomed,
After that
but it wasn't easy. Because also apart from that, they were like, no, wow, why go marry a Luo? And why are you marrying a Kikuyu? We don't do such things. These people are not good. I don't know what. So many things. And we are like, you know what? You've been rejected by your parents. I'm also rejected. We can stay together.
We'll accept each other.
Yeah. But that's what we did.
Damn.
Yeah. So in November 1998, that's when I was expectant of you. And we visited her sister here in Kisumu that Christmas.
Auntie BT.
We stayed there. Yeah, so that's how I realized I'm pregnant. So I'm like, okay, this is how pregnancy feels like.
This is how pregnancy feels like.
Yeah. Today you are moody, tomorrow you don't want this. It was crazy. Morning sickness. But he was very supportive. He was very, very, he's like, no, if you don't feel like doing this, don't do it. If you don't feel like eating this, don't eat it. If you don't feel like cooking, don't cook. I'll come and cook. I'm like, so okay. Nice. Yeah. So we didn't, where he used to live alone, it wasn't so far from the parents. So that's where we started our life. And then later we moved to very far Zambezi. I don't know if you
Yes,
hear
I
me
remember
saying
Zambezi. I actually still have pictures of the place.
Yes.
I remember we did a birthday for me.
No.
Was it a birthday?
No, that was a different house. It wasn't there. That's not... Okay, where we did the birthday, it's where you were born. But when I was pregnant, I was in... That's not Zambezi. That is Regen.
Oh.
Yeah. No, Rungiri. A place called Rungiri.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so in those days, when most people will get married, they will leave the slum. And as we left the slum and going to those sites, it's a rural setup, so to speak, and life there was a little bit cheaper. It was not a high end, no, it was just the setup was, and it wasn't a slum, yeah, but it was a rural setup, yeah. So it was quite good, I must say, and we really enjoyed living there. And it was, we used to live in, it was one big room, and then we did the partitioning. Partitioning, this is the bedroom, this is the sitting room, this is the kitchen.
Oh.
And that was it.
And life lived.
Yes. So, of course, I carried through the pregnancy. I used to visit my mom when I was pregnant, because you see now we became friends.
Yes.
Yeah. And he'll tell me, no, you don't eat so much of fatty foods. Don't eat this and this. But I remember when I was pregnant of you, I used to eat fries. Oh my God. I will eat fries. I will eat quarter chicken. I will eat sausage. And then I will take soda. Oh my God. Hey.
How many kilos was I when I was born?
3.8 there. You were a big kid.
I was a big baby.
You were very big.
I was a big baby.
Yeah.
Damn, that is...
Yeah.
I don't know, because you once mentioned about how your families didn't want you guys to be together.
Yes.
That's something I think you've mentioned before, but even hearing this detail of how dad's first side of the family was literally being like, you're lost, you're not selling.
Yes.
I have never had that side. I've never had that side of the story. So I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And would you believe me if I tell you till today, that still goes on? The whole Luo
tribal whatever,
thing,
yeah.
especially for Luos and Kikuyus.
It goes on, but
it's still there. It's not as rampant as it was then, but it's
still there.
It's still there.
No, it's still there. But it's up to the younger generation now to fight it.
Yes.
But I can see that slowly by slowly it's diminishing. But now the younger people are the ones now who need to fight it off, and they finish it, or if it will ever.
Yeah.
But you see, the funny thing is, me, I'm married there. My elder sister also. Our last one.
The last born.
Yeah. All of us, we went to Luos. So my mom was like, okay. It reached a point, she's like, she just had to accept whether she likes it or not.
It's true.
But now she's accepted, and we are all good.
We are all really good.
Very good.
Oh. And I think Shosh has become softer now.
Yes, yeah, of course. With age.
She's become
with age, and then now she's all alone, and then
she's a grandma.
I think it's but I think it's because of age. Because you see, when you age, certain things you were like, no, I don't need to do this, and of course you don't have that energy to keep on running, and you want to beat your kids. They are not there to be beaten. Yeah, you don't have the energy.
And it's so funny how right now, I feel like Shanti, not the last born sister, and Shosho, whenever it comes to the kids, these two butt heads.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Because everybody has their own motherhood style, you know. Yeah.
And that actually is it leads me to my next question, which is due to the difference in how your generation and the younger generation are approaching motherhood and, most importantly, womanhood.
Yes, because I remember I wanted to mention this. I remember when you were born. Of course, this is the first kid. We don't know what to expect.
You're winging it.
Yes, we are here. The kid is here. The kid is crying all night. We don't know what to do. So every now and then, doctor, this is happening, and the doctor is like, no. And that was my husband. He's like, no, I called the doctor. What the doctor said is, when the baby sleeps, you also sleep.
Mm.
Because you see, she's waking up at night. You can't be up during the day and then you're up at night. Yeah. When she sleeps, you sleep. And at least now, for the next 2 months, we'll not get guests. Because you see, when you get a guest, you need to entertain the guest. And at the same time, you want to sleep to rest. So we decided, no, we'll not have guests until the time this kid is able to know the difference between day and night.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't want to have any guests at home, and it's very, very important, because you, as a mother, if you're not ready, or if you're not psychologically prepared, it can cause you, I don't know the name of that, there's a stress that you can cause to yourself, or a depression,
postpartum depression.
Yes.
Postpartum depression.
Yeah. And it's basically because as a mother, you are not prepared for it. And you think your life now will go on as usual. And it cannot. It cannot go on as usual. So I remember even there are times we still didn't have a house help. And then my husband was like, you know what? Don't do anything. I will come cook. In the morning when he goes to work, he'll leave the food that I'll eat the whole day. But in the evening, don't cook. Don't. I didn't used to do anything. You say, I'll be able to look for a house help, and then when you get a house help, at least you'll be relieved. Yeah, but for now, let me do all this work. I will come, do this. I remember there is this soup he used to make oh my God, it was so sweet. Soup will come with bones, and then boil them, put all the ingredients. I will have a lot of milk. Oh my God.
Surplus.
It was good. He really came in hand. He really supported me as a parent. Yeah. Because alone, I'm like, now what happens here? I've never raised a kid, even though our younger sister, we raised her, but I can't remember me raising her when she was months or that young. But for him, he can remember raising his younger brothers. Yeah. So at least he had the idea. So he helped me so much. And again, you see, I also got my through cesarean. And it's something I've never experienced.
To still new.
Yeah, it was everything. Oh my God, everything was new. So there is the cesarean, they will bring up the kid, and then cesarean, you're told you're not supposed to bend, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that.
There's a lot of restriction.
Yeah. So he really helped me to come out of it. Yeah.
Then when you compare the journey when you had me versus now my younger sister Zawadi, what do you feel were the differences?
The differences they were huge, because with the second kid, I knew what to expect, but still he also supported me. I knew what to expect. Is like, for the first kid, it was like this. So I'm expecting this, sleepless nights, Yeah.
When this happens, at least there's an idea of what you can expect.
Yes.
Rather than when the first time you were like, you were winging it completely. What is a moment when I was young, you felt like you were questioning yourself as a mother?
Hey, there's a time you used to cry. Oh my God. You used to cry. And I'm like, now what does this girl want? I've fed her, she's not wet. She's just crying. And I'm like, it reached a point I'm like, what does she want? And why did I even have this kid in the first place? You ask yourself so many questions until you're like, it is what it is. So, baby girl, you have to take care of this angel that you have. Yeah, at some point, it reaches that point. Even in life, by the way, it reaches a point you're like, why did I get into this?
You question yourself, like, why am I doing this? Why am I actually doing this?
And then it reaches a point you're like, it's good I'm doing it. I've learned this, I've learned that, I'm helping this and this, Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah.
Yes. What values or traditions from your culture do you consider essential to pass down to your children?
Me, I see respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I was taught, and we continue teaching our kids. There is a respect. There is this what do you call it? Okay, being hopeful. Being hopeful of another day, being resilient. And being patient, especially patience. To me, it's very key. Patience in life, patience in whatever you do, because you don't know. You don't know if you rush, what will happen. Yeah, take it slowly. Let things. Okay, plan things and let them come the way you've planned. Don't rush. Yeah. And I always, at times, even I remember even telling you guys, be patient. Why are you
Things have gotten
try this?
softer
Wait a little
with
bit.
the new age of technology.
Be patient.
Things have gotten
Yes.
softer with
Yeah.
the new age of with the age of social media.
And also parenting. Parenting is now very different.
People are scared of beating their kids.
Yes. You
People
beat your
really
kid today, you take it to court.
Which is crazy.
It is very bad.
Which is
Take
crazy.
it to court, and your child is there. Yes, mommy, you are beating me like a snake.
What? And you look at your children like, what in the madness is this?
I gave birth to you. Yes, you gave birth to me, but not beating me, mama. You were beating me. And you see I have bruises all over.
I'm like, join the club, guys. I have a bruise that looks like a tattoo.
I'm telling you.
Join the club. What is a sacrifice you made as a mother that you feel most proud of today?
Oh, wow. Taking care of my kids. You see, I remember when I was having you, at some point I had to work. Yeah, I had to work. I remember you were 3 months.
Wow.
Unfortunately, you didn't get exclusive breastfeeding.
Oh.
I only did exclusive for 3 months. But for Zawadi, 6 straight months. Yeah.
Almost a year. I remember you had to now stop her by force.
Yeah. So, when you remember you have a kid, you are 8 to 5 mom. At 5 o'clock, you are at the door leaving. Not going out.
Not 5:01.
No, so you're doing what? 5 o'clock, I have a kid. I'm gone. And then every now and then, ako aje, ashakula, has she eaten? Is she sleeping? Anything that is unusual, every now and then you're on the phone. Yeah. To just get that feedback, how is the kid doing? And then, of course, when you go home, the first thing is you have to attend to the kid before anything else. Yeah. So to me, those are huge sacrifices. The kid comes first. If you think of, I want to go, so what about the kid? I need to go, I need to do. No, you're like, now if when it comes also to preparation, you're preparing for 2. Let's say you want to prepare, maybe you're going to church, you're going visiting.
Double.
You need an extra bag for their clothing, their what, you need to prepare double. You need more time to prepare, in short. If I used to prepare maybe for an hour, now I'll prepare for 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
Yeah. Because you see, I'm preparing for myself and for another person. Yeah. And the other person doesn't know what's happening. You are the one who knows. You are the one, at least now, who holds their future, So you have to be very, very, very accurate in whatever you're doing. You have to plan well.
Yeah.
You have to always be there for them. And again, you see, your father used to travel
a lot.
In fact, the travels didn't start now. No, he started traveling when I was pregnant. So most of the time I was alone.
You were alone.
Yeah. So I was somehow used to. So at times I'm like, I prepare her. I don't know. Maybe when the kid is unwell, it's also another sacrifice, because every now and then you have to wake up, check if they're okay. It's a lot of sacrifice. Yeah.
Hectic.
Yeah. If you're used to going out, you're used to going maybe visiting friends every weekend or going on, all that stops.
Cut it.
Yeah, you cut it off. Because can you imagine every weekend you're out?
You're out, yeah.
Can you imagine every weekend you're going to visit a friend?
Mm.
The preparation and the madness, it's crazy.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It also drains you mentally.
Yeah.
And you need that energy.
You need that energy to,
pour into the
yeah.
child.
And again, also for yourself as a mother, you also need your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the most important thing is, even today, I like, when I'm alone, I like at least resting, resting your mind. You have done this and this. Let me just have a meeting with myself for a relaxation. That moment you just want to relax, you know.
Yeah.
It's very important. But I think even that one helped me, even when I was, you guys were young. Because when you would sleep, I will also, at times I sleep or I do my own things. When I come from work, I find you asleep, I let you sleep, and then now do other things. Other sacrifices you do as a parent. When a kid goes to school, you have to be there as a parent, taking them to school, At times also, no. In the evening, I wasn't able to pick you, but I was there early enough.
Yes.
Not coming home when it's dark.
Yeah.
Early enough to ensure that I have that time to bond.
Yes.
Which was very important.
I can
Doing homework, we do together, we see. I remember me and you, we used to do a lot of singing, bedtime stories. Oh my God.
I remember.
Oh, well.
I really remember.
Yes.
I think when I personally look back at like my childhood, and I reflect upon, even because I would clearly see that you're not a stay-at-home mom. Like I knew, I'm like, my mom is not. She's going to do the work. She's going to go to work.
Yes.
And do her thing.
Her thing and then come.
And she'd also be able to still come for me.
Yes.
When I needed it. I remember even when I was younger, when it was my birthday.
Your birthday, yeah. I used to bring cakes.
And I think maybe that's why I'm so big on birthdays. Is because you are so big on my birthdays.
Yeah.
So I think
it's the only time that I want my kid to feel me, It's their day. Let me bring the cake. Let them sing, celebrate, Yeah.
And I still have pictures.
Oh, I remember. I see. Oh, getting emotional.
I still have pictures
on your wall.
On my wall. I have some in my album. So that, and I think again that's what has made me, because I love birthdays. I really, really love birthdays, and I think that seeing and feeling you present for that birthday, like,
it really helped.
You could have done so many other things on that day.
It's true.
You could have come in the evening and like, okay.
I could have brought the cake in the evening at home, but I opted not kwa shule.
And it was so. That's a very beautiful.
We'll be right back after this short little break. See you.
That is a very unique bonding experience.
Yes.
I always tell people that me and you are very, very close. And I love the fact that I'm close with my mother. I'm like, guys, if I'm not close with my mom, I don't know, it just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
you know?
It's true. Yeah.
And also, seeing you, I remember in the morning,
Taking you to school.
Taking me to school. I always tell people this, a lot of things that have shaped me into the woman I am is because of what I saw
me doing.
You doing. And that brings me to my next question. What are things you used to do for yourself that subconsciously, even without knowing, you were transferring them to me?
I remember, even when I was cooking, I would call you, we cook together. You remember? Hey, this is onion, do this. This is tomatoes, do this. Yeah? But one thing I loved also doing is taking you guys to school.
Yes.
Yeah?
You loved that.
And it's something I will also want any parent to do. Because you see, when you're taking that kid to school, there is that bonding. There are some stories you'll talk there at times, and you don't know the stories they're coming from where. It's like, Mommy, the teacher said, teacher did this. It's important.
Yeah.
And as a mother, you learn. You learn that the teacher has been good to my kid, or she's not been good.
That is true.
Yes.
That is so true.
Yeah, because I remember you. And there is a day you were going to school. I struggled taking you to school. When we just moved in Westlands, You're
This
going to
was when I was
St.
St.
Mark's.
Mark's.
Yes.
Mhm.
There is a teacher the day before told you, wait, tomorrow you will see. Tomorrow you will see. So you are like, I'm going to school tomorrow
To see.
And I know maybe this teacher is going to beat me.
What am I going
We left home very well. You are walking, we are talking.
You're vibing.
But when you're almost to school, you said, I don't want to go to school. I'm like, why? No, mommy, I don't want. It was a struggle. I had to carry you. I don't know, I did what to make sure
I go to the
you
school.
go to that school. And you went. But now later is when you're telling me, teacher had told me tomorrow I will see. So I was able to connect the dots. It's like,
I was acting like that.
That's why you didn't want to go to school. Maybe you thought the teacher will beat you. Maybe you thought she'll do. But basically it was just beating. But because most kids, they knew teachers beat.
Yeah.
So I think I just connected that.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, when you are a parent, please just connect also with your home. Because me, I remember I used to have, did I have a day scholar? I used to have a day scholar house help. And the reason why I had a day scholar, so that I can get time with you guys. Let the day scholar leave, I take over. Because I remember I used to cook my own dinner. No house help used to cook for me dinner.
That's a big rule you put, by the way.
I used to cook. I used to tell her, prepare these onions, cut them, tomatoes, cut them. This is the vegetables I need, this is the protein I need. They were all ready. Mixing and cooking them, it's not a big deal.
30 minutes a day.
I used to cook for and it's something I just decided I'll be doing.
I remember.
Yes.
I think that is one of the things I really, really, really do remember. And seeing you drop me, first of all, now let me say them because you probably might not have noticed the impact they had in me. One thing I remember very, very well when I was in St. Mark's, kuna mwalimu alikuwa ananipiga because I was a left-handed.
Oh, yeah.
There was a teacher, every time I'm in school, she would force me
to use your
to
right
use my
hand.
right hand. When I'm coming home, there's an element of confusion.
Oh,
I had.
Don't I use this? I use this.
Then you actually picked on it. I don't know if you remember this story, but you picked on it. You went to school the next day, and you gave the teacher a piece of your mind.
Oh, I imagine I can't remember that.
Because for me, it's I already automatically knew when I was in school I'm different from these kids. I'm the only one in a class of 20, 30 who's left-handed.
Yeah.
Everybody else is using the right. See, I can't sit with a desk mate on this side. Keep bumping hands.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I can't remember
That is something because she used to beat me with a paintbrush. And I'm like, but this is...
And eventually she left you.
Yeah, because you came and gave her a piece of... I remember you came and gave her a piece of your mind. And so from then on, she left me like, okay, let the child do whatever the child is going.
Oh, I
write with whichever.
I can't remember even if she decides to write with her leg, provided she's written. Exactly. Imagine I can't remember that.
Yeah, so there was that. That's one experience. And then you're actually the one who made me want to drive a manual car.
Oh, yeah.
Because the car when I'm driving now is one you always used to drive. And for me, when you're dropping me to school in the morning and I'm seeing you, I'm like, this is so cool. Then I would see you, you're there holding your hands you're just driving without touching the steering.
Yeah, I'm like, how is this lady doing? And it's a manual car.
I'm like, God damn, I need to do this.
I didn't know that. Oh my God.
So again, seeing these things, and you see the intention you put for it was you want to create a bonding moment.
Yes.
With me, and not only did you bond, but you created something, a sense of belief. Because I think I'm one of those people who, even till today, if I see it, I learn it. I'm a visual learner, and I learn with my hands. So seeing you do it, I was like, and Dad was always driving an automatic car. Most of the time, Dad would drive automatic. The white one, and then the only manual
wasn't the brown one. Yeah, job yake. It wasn't manual. It was manual, and the Subaru. Those were manual. But he rarely. Yeah, because he used to leave quite early. Yeah.
And I remember the car ride with Dad was a little bit more quiet. And a little bit more academic.
Yes, but for me it's like
we were loud, we were crazy, we were making noise. We're being
dancing,
extra.
doing what? Oh my God.
You know? And I even remember when you the specific spot you dropped me going around about your phone. So I remember the whole bye and then the how we and then greetings, how we used to greet each other, kissing each other on the cheek. Until today, I'm like, it would be very weird for me if I don't.
Hi, mom.
I'm like, no, physical contact. I need to hug you. I need to touch you. I need to feel. So it's these small things that have really created an impact that you didn't even know.
I didn't.
And something else also that's created a big impact for me. Two other things. One, gym.
Yeah, the gym, for sure.
Gym.
I introduced you to a gym and I was really proud. But in me introducing you to the gym, it was like, come and see what we do.
Yes.
You just come and see.
It was literally you just come and see, or you come home. You've not gone to the gym. You come and you're like, I want to do an exercise. Come and do with me.
Yeah. Today I wasn't able to go to the gym.
Like,
just
okay,
come.
What are we doing? Then I'm struggling inside. You're like, no. Yes, you're struggling, but finish it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do 10. Don't do 8. Do 10. You're supposed to do 10 3 times. Do it.
Oh my God.
So that was it's something that even me, I think it hit me last year.
Much
like,
later,
wow. I saw I'm like, somebody asked me, where did your love for the gym come from? And I thought about it, I was like, actually it's my mom. Because seeing her come from work with a gym bag and telling me how she's seeing her stretch around and like that really intrigued me.
Okay.
It really intrigued me.
Wow.
So that's something I can also say you impacted me without
me knowing.
even knowing or even intending to do.
Yeah.
Something else is I get my creative side from you.
Really?
Because you used to perform in KNT.
Yes, I used to perform at the theater.
And also me, I got to perform in the same theater that you did. So
and I'm a very good singer.
You are. So and you always used to sing with pride and confidence and it's from within.
Yeah.
And those are things that have spread to me also. Without you even knowing you are doing, and even with your resilience. And if you're passionate about doing something, give it your all.
Exactly.
And let God repay
do
you.
the rest or do the others. Yeah.
Those are things that you have passed down to me.
Okay.
Again, without even knowing. Even from a very young age, you and Dad really encouraged me to be the child I was going to be.
Go for it.
And a big rule that you guys put, I think it was Dad, I don't know if it was Dad or you mostly, who said, this whole dolls thing, I've never been into dolls.
Yes.
I feel like that was you mostly.
It was Dad.
It was Dad?
Yeah.
I've
He
never
said
been into
that
dolls.
why give, because that she's a girl, you give her a doll. No. I want, if it's a girl, give the girl a car.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, who said they have to be given a doll?
A doll. Who said
said
a girl's favorite color has to be pink? And a boy's is blue.
Nothing like
Like
that.
if she wants to go and run around,
let her run. In fact, that's what we did.
And
yes,
that is one of the most amazing thing. One amazing thing you guys did, because it also tapped into a problem my people in my generation are going through. And that's why you find all of these clusters. You know the non-binary thing we're talking about? I feel like it's because people have not understood how can you tap between your two chromosomes that you have in a harmonious way.
Without,
and not feeling that you're battling one and battling another, because they're all within you.
Yes.
It just happens that I am a girl, but there are things, my other chromosome is still there, and I can still show forth. So I think really seeing...
No, that's interesting.
Really seeing...
There's some things I can't remember. I can't remember doing.
Hey, mom, you guys you've done a lot. I remember even when I was in high school, something you taught me to be proud of is what I look like.
Yes.
What I look like. In high school, I was me and Tyler were the most different people in that school.
In that school,
because everybody else in the school were dark. Me and her were light skinned. Everybody were from rural setups.
Even expressing that themselves was an issue.
In comparison to me. And I remember the time I was like, okay, is that something weird about the fact that I'm like this? And I remember the time when I was questioning that, then we had a parents meeting coming on, then you're the one who came. And when you come in, you are the most different. Different. People are like, Malika, are you sure that's your mom? Uko sure ni mamako?
Yeah.
Uko sure usi sister yako?
She's so young.
She's so young. She's so in herself. I'm like, that's my mama, guys.
That's my mama.
That's my mama, guys. And she walks with
confidence.
You know,
good.
It's all about confidence.
You walk with confidence. I'm telling you, I remember there's a day I was telling you, you might go for an interview, you're asked a question, you don't know the question. But you don't say, I don't know. With a lot of confidence, you just beat around the bush and just say what, you know, you just say what's in your mind or what's coming or what you think that thing is.
You wing it.
And then just because of that confidence, you're like, you know, you didn't get it the way we wanted, but we like the confidence. I mean, that's the thing.
Exactly. Even with this project that I've just finished,
it's just the confidence.
The team was like, Malika Kujituma, and the confidence you
that's
have.
The thing.
Is something that is very attractive. Like, guys, it's all about confidence, by the way.
Yeah.
It's all about confidence.
Because at times I go places, but it's good also to look at where you've come from.
Yeah.
I look at where I've come from, but I'm like, that is not my future. My future is different. So this is the time to mold this future. So how do I mold it? The confidence.
The confidence.
How do I express myself? With a lot of confidence, with a lot of know-how, and at times, whatever you're being asked, you don't know. But because of the confidence, you're like,
you don't know.
This girl is so good.
Yes, so school, you are the most different again. Short lady, unatembea na confidence, light skin. People came to me and they were like, Malika, mamako alikuwa amevaa stockings. Is that her real color? Malika, has your mom bleached?
Mami amevaa stockings kutoka kwa kichwa hadi kwa miguu.
Malika, mamako amebleach. And then you know they would see you, and then when dad comes, I'm like, huh?
Huyu ndio baba yako.
This is your dad, man. Then they try and map it together, like, this guy and this
lady.
Like,
how?
Are you guys sure?
Oh my God, yeah.
That's something that like seeing you constantly with that confidence and being like, yeah, I'm in an environment where I'm different from the rest of other people. But that doesn't mean that I'm not human. That doesn't mean that I'm not a woman. That doesn't subtract from who you are. So, and that was very integral. Again, something that you did without telling, without even knowing. You know the saying of, I feel like as a mother, you've lived your life as show, don't tell. You've shown us the things without having to tell us the things.
Or without me knowing.
Without even you knowing.
Subconsciously.
You know? How is it now that your daughters are older, or getting older? How are you approaching motherhood and parenting now with the growth of your kids? Because we are not the same. I'm not the same baby who was crying a lot, but it makes sense that I was crying a lot. I'm not even surprised. I think I had a lot of noise ever since I was a kid. Clearly. So how do you feel that journey has been, like the difference of saying, okay, what's your parenting style like now that times are changing? There's a new generation that you're bringing in. And the generation that me and Zara are the same. It's the same generation, but we're very different. With even how we think and how we approach things. So
I think for me, one, I must say that now I have freedom. Freedom because I remember I've always, when I was employed, I really wanted to change my employment to go to a better paying job. But those better paying jobs involved a lot of moving. So I remember even your father telling me, no, Sarah, I don't. If we are away, both of us, with the kids, it will not be good. So you just stay with this job for 8 to 5, so that we can be able to balance. So when I'm not there, at least you are there. So that we can bring up our kids knowing the parents are present, even though he wasn't there most of the time. But when he was there, he was real there. You know?
That's true.
Yeah, he was real there. So basically, I'm the one who really took care of the family. Yeah, when he's there or when he's not there, and ensuring that you guys are comfortable, and also ensuring you that when you see he's not here, he's going to work. Yeah. And we'll all also celebrating when he comes, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you are not here. Yeah. No. We still used to bond together as a family. So for me, having that, I can say, taking care of you guys, it was something I was prepared to do. Because you see, in motherhood, when you're not prepared to do something, it becomes a struggle. And when you struggle, that's when you see people saying, hey, I'm stressed having these kids. These kids are doing this. No. I was so ready for that. And another thing I also used to do is having a talk with you girls, which I think it was very, very important.
Yeah.
You say, talking in terms of, this is the way life is. And as a girl, I remember I'm the one who introduced you. I told you the first menstruation, how it will be, you know.
Yes. You actually really
like
psyched me.
I psyched you. I remember even for Zawadi. Zawadi asking me, and I told her, and she was so excited. She told me, Mommy, can I take a pad and sleep? I went, and then just take.
You get used to it.
Yeah, but then she was so excited. Yeah. And then it reached a point, even at school, she told me, Mommy, you know, girls come to me for advice. Oh. I was so proud, you know. Oh. Yeah, because my work also involved talking to girls. Yes. So I was asking myself, if I'm able to talk to other girls outside there, and in my house I have girls who are not empowered, who are not, you know, I've not told them what to expect. I'll not be doing justice to them. So that's where I started talking to you girls, telling you, when you reach this age, you start your menstruation. Menstruation is this and this and this. It happens like this. When it comes, don't worry. We have these are pads. This is the way you put on it. I show you, and then I tell you, take one, put on it. I think it was a very, very good learning experience, and I remember you guys really took it really well. And then also when I was training Zawadi, you were also there. Yeah. And you're like, you know, even me Zawadi, it was like, you know, it felt so good. Yeah. There's some things that at times, as a parent, you really have to do it. Don't expect any other person to do something for your kid. At the same time, you're saying that I'm close to my daughters, I'm close to my kid. No. Closeness, it will start there. Yeah. It's easier. Like you now, I call you a deputy parent, because I leave you with Zawadi, who has taken her responsibilities so well, in that she knows what to do. She knows, you know, when she wants something, she can ask for it and she can get it. And to me, I feel like now I'm doing what I've really wanted to do. Because I remember me telling you, I wouldn't want to be employed for so many years. I want to do something of my own, you know. I want to do something that I'll be happy doing. Yeah. Yes. And I can say now, me running the family business, it's something that it's very fulfilling in terms of, I know I'm not doing it for myself. Yeah. I'll pass it to you guys. But for now, I'm at that level of, it's called the foundation, building the foundation, which is the most difficult thing. And the most important. Yeah, and most important. So I'm building the foundation now. And fortunately or unfortunately, I'm far from you girls. I'm in Kisumu, you're in Nairobi. But of course, I do come home to see how things are. And at times you also get surprises. Like now, this Mother's Day surprise. I didn't expect you, duh. But here we are. Yeah, but I like what I'm doing now because I feel that most of the work I was supposed to do as a parent when you guys were young, I did it. And I did it very well. Yeah, and looking at Zawadi now in Form 4, she's an adult. A young adult. She's a big girl. She can take care of herself, and she's doing it.
She's I think something I can say with what you've said. For one, you have showed me the power of manifestation, of patience and sacrifice. Yeah. And living in the now. And when I was younger, you knew at that point, 8 to 5 was what was needed. Yeah. It was needed for us to have the stability now. Yeah. It was an investment that you put in the future.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
patience. It wasn't something that you wanted to do.
Mhm.
It wasn't something that you were all game for, but
Yeah.
you knew this is part of the game.
Yeah.
And you play the game to the best of your abilities, and you did that. You know,
Yeah.
and manifestation. You have always the business you're doing now specifically. You have always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But, and I want to tell guys, what my mother is doing now.
Yeah.
Ini kitu alisema tangu kitambo.
Ameimba.
She said
Subconsciously or consciously.
Yeah. You have said, I want to do this, I want to do, and now you're doing this. So again, living in the now and waiting for time to open up. And then I can say what your sacrifices have given to me and Zawad. And let me use myself as an example. As now I'm an adult getting into my older years. It's teaching me that you do always have to sacrifice.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm very grateful because the sacrifices you guys made have enabled me to do what I want to do from the beginning. You know, it's given me that comfort of, okay, you don't want to do an 8 to 5. You want to build your own thing with the skills you've gotten. Go do it.
Go for it, yeah.
Here is the space to do it. Here is the support to do it. And you know, I always say your first clients or your first support system should always be your family.
Your family, yeah.
And that is what has been passed from you guys to us. And I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because it really does show. And you know, what you do, I always tell people your childhood impacts a lot.
Yeah, it's true.
About your adulthood. And you guys taught me, you specifically taught me to be open-minded. And you taught me that I can teach you how to unlock a phone. But it's up to you to be willing to know what else does this phone do. Can I call someone with this phone? Can I send a message with this phone? Because there are people who will just live with, I can just unlock the phone.
That's it.
And that's it. And then somebody's like, okay, this is what I've been given. What else can I do? You know, yo kujituma. So I feel like you also, the mother, have really put that to send yourself. And even as we had mentioned earlier, of course there are challenges.
Yeah.
Of course there are times probably, maybe let me ask you this, what example with me did it make you question yourself a lot? Not when I was younger, when I was maybe high school, primary, even now. What happened or what situation has happened that made you question whether you got it right?
It's a funny story and he laughs.
Okay. I don't know which story this is, but okay.
That day when you're caught stealing. That day when you're caught at school.
When I
suspended. You're suspended. I was asking myself, this girl, she goes to school. She started stealing. Who in this house taught her how to steal?
Guys,
yeah?
In my defense.
Oh my God, that's it. And by the way, even Dad was mad.
He was.
She's like, this girl,
Dad
with all these values, she goes stealing a blouse. Why?
I know for Dad was like, of all things.
Blouse.
But I'm like, guys, I had to take the law into my own hands, guys. I have tried to ask the law to help me. The law is not helping me.
Oh my God. That thing, I was like, really?
Oh my gosh.
Going to steal at school, now you're suspended.
At a different school,
a parent
mind you.
has to come, you know.
And you know when the parent was to come, at first it was you who was supposed to come.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, if Mom is coming here, I can breathe. She'll actually listen and at least try to understand. But then you're like, no,
I'm not coming.
It's not coming.
Daddy is coming.
I was like, oh shit.
Yes.
This just went from DEFCON 5 to I don't know what.
That one, I was like, this
Dad
girl
Loki
really
disowned me. I swear, Dad Loki disowned me.
Oh my God.
And you know the thing is, what pushed me there is tangu form 1, first term, second term.
Maybe was all day.
Maka form 3.
Maybe
and I'm like, guys, it's not that I'm not changing. I'm changing tactics. They're like, okay, where are the new places we can? I'm doing all of these things, but why are they always getting me?
Yeah, always
so
getting me. I
that
know.
frustration really got to me, And I think I was also tired of constantly asking, I need to buy blouses.
Yeah, you're like,
because
"See,
every
we
time
bought.
I say exactly.
We bought.
Every
We
time
bought, they were stolen. We bought, they were stolen.
So your guilt in my head, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to have to go through and face this question again.
Let me steal.
Take the law into my own hands.
Kashupua.
And the law was like,
Yeah.
we almost.
We-
And let me
we
tell
were
you, that
waiting for
I'm
you.
telling you that story. I don't know if I've ever told you the full story. We were like 6 girls.
Yeah.
Tuko like guys went harvesting. Tukaenda harvesting.
Shopping.
We were 6 of us. We went. Nakwambia tu kila mtu alichukua blouses sita.
What?
And we went for like 3 rounds.
You were not satisfied. You ndio baya mwizi. Hatosheki.
Okay, wallahi mimi.
Hata mngejua could have just taken 2 bas.
Sasa penye kulidhoka kuna mjinga mmoja aliiba hapo tu nje penye tunalala. Hapo penye tunalala si wenye the other girls because we're sharing a dorm with schools. So one of the schools they are ndio complain blouses yao imemiss. Who are from ones wakaenda wakatu snitch. And that is where I'm telling you that night I did not sleep.
I know you can't sleep.
The mayhem.
Yeah.
Because all of them went and they're now looking, okay, even I don't have my blouse, I don't have. And then the third school that was staying with us at that dorm, their teachers was one of the people in the music festival board. Tukajua huyu akisikia.
Yeah.
We're going to be banned for 5 years.
Where?
So usiku nimepiga PR naongelesha huyu mtu, please mwalimu wenyu
asijue.
Alafu naona they were in school when one of our comrades our deputy principal was a teacher in that school. Ooh. And she was the favorite in that school.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yo usiku lala. I'm trying to
mediate. The PR worked.
The PR didn't work. That's why I got suspended. It worked. It almost, honestly, almost worked. So it was, okay, these blouses I have to give them back. I had to look for the school president of that school. I had to go and, president hakuwa nikapata deputy. I had to go and explain the situation to the deputy. Nikamwambia, here are your blouses, please msituseme. She honestly had me out and she asked me, why did you resort to this? And I explained it to her. And she was like, okay, I understand. I won't report it to you. Just give me the shirts. Ziko na admission number. Tutarudishia wenyewe. That is how the hosting school, the now tulipenya na shida ya hosting school. I was like, okay, good. Reputation with hosting school? Tick. The next, I legit didn't sleep. Because the next day I knew we were going on stage. Yeah. I legit did not sleep. So then, issue lenye deputy alikuwa, the girls who missed their blouse, some of them did not even ask who to, other people too. But we had to garamikia. Yeah. Shida ya blouses zao, ziko na school logo. Kwa shida ingine.
Haiwezi iba.
Ukichukua shati si unaweza toa, you flip. Isi tuko na home science lab. Na mimi mtu home science. I remove the pocket. I turn it the other way around and I resaw it. That was the plan. Honestly, the whole day nabaki tu na windbreaker. Sitoi sweater, si niko na blouse. That was the plan. And then now I'm like, okay, so asubuhi imefika. Nimepiga PR, I'm like, nimomba madam, please musiambiane story because itadhoka ingine excess. Yeah. In the morning, my teacher, Madam Venora, Aching, how are you? How you guys slept? We're fine.
Akajua watu wajalala.
To put icing on the cake. That day of the performance, guess who was coming to visit me? Dad. I was like, Jesus Christ, please. This story sitoke hapa. Kisilipuke. In my head, I knew I need to get amount X to solve this blouse situation. I was like, okay, I'm going to ask him for some money.
Oh my God.
So the money
was that bad?
Mom, it was bad.
Yeah.
So, tumefanya performance. Tumetoka hivi Madam Vendora akasema kila mtu mpande kwa hiyo basi. Usiongeleshe mtu, pande kwa hiyo basi.
Ukajua basi, kamenuka.
I was like, God damn it!
Yeah.
I almost got away. Yeah. It was almost a money heist situation.
Yeah, I know.
So
Professor Lilala.
Akiwalai. Kuna miscalculation.
I'm telling you.
So kaya kabasi aulize what happened last night. Niko fudge. it's all going down.
Yeah.
Like it's all going down. Kanyamaza. Akauliza mara ya pili. Mara ya tatu, no one stood. I was like, okay, I think I have to own up to this. I stood up and I owned up to it. The thing about me, like, by the way, you've caught me. Imagine you've caught me. I'm not going to deny. Because if I can't deny, I can't deny. I admitted, told her, Sasa, the only reason, because I even spoke to the teachers of these other schools, because their girls told their teacher, Hatuna blouses. I went to the teacher and I talked to the teacher. I explained the whole situation to the teacher. And I'm like, I know what I did was wrong. And the thing about me is, everybody else was involved. I didn't mention them. They walijisema, but I was like, yo, because I was seen as the leader of this thing. I was like, I'm a own up to the mistake. I spoke to the teacher. I told her, I'm like, I know the amount of blouses needed. I will make sure you guys get this money by maybe the next week. Nitawatumia pesa. I'm like, I'll make sure you have your money sent to you.
I'm telling you.
And I gotta solve this problem.
Telling you.
I'm like, Sasa, mwenye aliharibu hii maneno is the other teacher who came with us for Drama Fest. It was because for Music Fest, Madam Venora came with us. Umama hata sikumbuki jina yake. I just didn't like her. She was a Swahili teacher. Na by the way, mama tu alikuwa na machungu zake. So yeye ndo aka incite Venora kutusema. She's the one who incited Venora to say because even Madam Venora told me, by the way, because I also, she asked me personally, Malika, tell me, help me understand, because even her, she didn't get it. She's like, out of all the students, you, I'm like, guys, nakwamba ukichoka umechoka, guys. For real, ukichoka umechoka. So explained it, she got it, she's like, okay, I'll ponder on it. But this other teacher, alikuwa best friends even na nani na deputy. They were namesakes.
Okay.
Ikitu, okay. Deputy na ye, she had been waiting. She'd been waiting for this opportunity, by the way. Alikuwa amenimark. For real, alikuwa amenimark.
Okay, there I'll get that girl. She'll be in trouble.
Akabia alifurahi. Kula suspense kwa sasa kukuja. Ndio hiyo kesi ya mashati. There's a time I went with cats to school.
Remember.
Kesi ya
makeka zote pamoja.
There's a day nimefika LD 12:45, like 1. Do you know what time I was getting to school? 7.
Oh my God, 7.
Mimi na Tila. Tulipatana na Tila. And then her cousins were around. Tumepiga story. Tumerangana LD. Tumefanya windows. By the time tunakuwa stage.
Magari
tunakuwa stage at around 4:30 hapo. Hakuna magari.
Oh my God.
We had to wait. Tulikuwa nafika shule 7.
Na kwenyu ni kule.
So she had waited. Alikuwa ameka file hivi. Alikuwa amengoja
kanatoa
alitoa yote. I'm like, mama alikuwa amenimark. So dad alikuja kesi mpaka he bought me blouses, and when he left there he was like, I don't know who you are, you're not my daughter.
Oops.
And with that, he left.
You've changed.
He didn't even say you've changed. He just said you're not my daughter, and he left.
You know what? Deal with you.
And he left. And I'm not gonna lie, because at that age, you know, because I was older, I could properly understand my actions. So even beating me wouldn't help.
It can't.
So it now became a mental thing. So those words really, they messed up with me, I'm not going to lie. I low-key got some depression for some time. I remember getting sick. That's why my H. pylori was crazy.
I remember that time it was really bad.
I wasn't eating. I lost so much weight. I wasn't talking. Like I was in complete isolation. And funny thing, when I went back home, when I come home, I had done really well in exams. I had done really, really, really well. And Dad was happy about it. And then he checked, because in my head I'm like, I was so scared even coming home. Because I was like,
Ikutaenda
aje. So when I came home, you are, it's like you had forgotten completely about everything that happened. I was like, okay, mom is chill. Okay, fine. But dad was like, nafikira kuna dad na wale niko na answers.
I know.
Niko window your migraine. So even him, he was a bit chill. Also, was like, okay, so we've actually put this in the past, guys. Like for real, it's in the past. Okay, good. So, damn, that was crazy.
But
that was actually the whole situation.
Yeah, but anyway, at times, as parents we don't understand. There is that stage, and there is something crazy you have to do when in that stage.
In that age.
Yeah. I don't know if daddy, maybe he didn't understand, or maybe he was like, this one with all this exposure.
Yeah.
I don't think he can do that.
I think that's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
With everything we've given you, with everything we've enriched you with.
But he forgets. It's at a stage you have to pass it. But anyway, it was good. It's part of life, really.
It's part of life.
It's part of life.
Loki saying that I got suspended from school is kind of a flex. Yeah, nyamkula sas. Oh, mko wabaya.
You will come and
Mko
say,
wabaya.
me, I got it. Because I am wheezy. I was a thief, man.
I'm a reformed thief. Lol, oh my gosh. So yeah, that's just how it was generally. But again, learning curve. And I think for me, growing, I'm at a point where I feel like my relationships with you guys have gotten more closer because of the fact that we sit down and have conversations. Yeah, I feel like now we're at a point where if I have an issue, we'll sit down and talk. If you have an issue with me, we'll sit, we'll talk it. If I have an idea, if you have one, we'll sit and communicate about it. And I feel that not many parents have approached that with their older kids, of actually talking to them, because some of us we're kids. I always say, I will always be my mother's baby. Mimi, when I see my mother, I'm a child. Please guys, leave me alone. But you see, you guys have approached it in a way of, yes, you're my child, but you're also now becoming an adult. You're also flowering into the world and whatever into the world. And seeing that, acknowledging that, and knowing how to navigate that with let me say with me in my POV has been really important. And I think it's one of the things that encourages me to be a mother one day, to have my kids one day, because I'm like, it goes far beyond yourself. It goes far beyond yourself. It's again, this is a contribution towards society that you have done, which is so important. So to our last questions, what does being celebrated on Mother's Day mean to you personally?
It means a lot, because you see, at times many people say you didn't apply to be a mother, and it just came. I embraced it. I was helped in this journey becoming a mother, how to take care of children, how to take care of a family. And again, seeing the day is celebrated, especially worldwide, something very, very important. It's not just to me, to all mothers. Being a mother, you feel that, you look at the things you've done, bringing these kids, maybe pregnancy, giving birth, taking them to school, and now they're adults. And then there's some things, they happen really fast. I remember you when you were young, just the other day, we used to joke, to walk around, and I didn't know the world will actually sit back and recognize that. Because you see, being a mother, you're expected to do so much.
To give.
To give. And again, apart from that, you do a lot of things which even you as a mother, you don't know. They just come automatically. This is a kid, and need to feed the kid, and need to do this, and need to wash it, And then looking back, 1 year has already passed. 5 years, 10 years, And then it becomes a routine. Waking up, making this, doing that, taking kids to school, taking them back, preparing the meals, washing. The day is gone. The next day, it is so automatic, and you're not complaining. You're just doing it in a very clean heart. But it reaches a point when the kids are away. You're like, I just need a rest, you know. I need this break away from these kids, away from everybody. I need to have a me time, you know. At that time is when you realize, oh, I've been doing all these things all by myself, you know. Yeah. It's good, let me be celebrated, let me have this special day for me, for us, you know. Yeah. For me, I think it's a very special day for all the mothers. Let us recognize them, even if there is nothing special we are doing, but that recognition, it's very important.
Everything that mothers are doing is beyond special.
It is.
I feel like it is beyond special, and it is literally catering to the next generation. You guys, our societies are literally held by mothers and by women.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Women are literally the pushing force of our society, and I'm so grateful that we have a day
uniquely just to celebrate us.
I feel like it should be more than a day though, because it's these women are grinding for us even when they're sleeping.
It's true.
I think now that I'm the deputy parent at home, I go to sleep and I'm like, what are we having for dinner tomorrow?
You're just like me. You know, it will reach breakfast. It will reach in the morning. I'm not thinking of breakfast
or lunch.
I'm not thinking of lunch. I'm thinking of dinner. Because I know breakfast, that's a quick fix. Lunch, we are all kila mtu ako shule and I'm away, there's nobody at home. Dinner, my God, yes.
What are we doing?
Yes.
I think now
it's automatic.
I feel like this period with you not being away, I honestly feel like I'm being prepared for motherhood in a very weird way. I feel like I'm like,
whether you like it or not, my friend,
start getting ready.
Start it.
It's really because even the time Zawadi will come to me for advice on things that I wouldn't come to my sister for this. I'll go to my mom for this. I'll go to somebody. I'm like, wow, I'm becoming a parent figure for her at home, and I've realized it's not just Zawadi. You know, even at times Noni would ask me for some advice in something. Yeah. At times even Debbie would ask me for somebody else would ask me, somebody else. And I'm like, wow. So there's actually an impact I'm putting.
Age. You know, age comes with so many things.
It really does. And I always say I can't wait to meet the 30-year-old me. I feel like she's going to be such a vibe. Yeah. And she's going to be so amazing. Yeah. But only God knows.
It's true.
And mothers are, that's why we call it Mother Earth. That's why we call it the motherland. That's why we call it mother tongue. Mother home.
It's true.
You know, we don't call
I've never had father tongue. Have you ever had father tongue? No. Because fathers are always away. It's the mothers who take care of the kids, of the homes.
It's the mothers who do the support.
And maybe just to add on something I've just noticed here in Kisumu. Oh, wow. Women here, they are very hardworking.
They are working.
Women, go to the market, you'll find women. Go to the way, we'll find all of them working, doing odd jobs. Even now, when you go outside the supermarket, you'll find women selling. Either they're selling omena, they're selling potatoes, they're selling tomatoes, they're selling what. But there is something they are doing. There is this one woman I saw, I was like, oh my God. This woman was selling sugarcane in a wheelbarrow. She was pushing the wheelbarrow, carrying a baby. And I told myself, this woman is doing a lot of workouts. The wheelbarrow, you know, it's heavy because it has
the sugarcane, it has the remains of the sugarcane that you chop off.
Yes.
And you have a child.
Oh my gosh. And then when you look at this, all of them will tell you what? The husbands are not providing for them. Yeah. They are either absent, some of them they are bedridden, others they are drunkards. It's the woman who is providing for the family.
And you know, it's not
natural. Like, oh my God,
that's a lot of pressure.
And until I told myself, oh, I've never passed through that. I thank God because at least there was, even though I was working, there's somebody who was really providing and he was always there to ensure that we are all comfortable.
Yes.
But these women, what they are passing through, oh, it's crazy.
That's a lot. I hope the next person who hears this, the next woman, the next mother, even the next boy who hears this, will get a level of insight of what it is being a mother,
Yeah.
of at least something, you know. And I can say the time that God decides is my time to have children, you have no option but to be around. You are going to be around.
Inshallah,
Yes.
inshallah.
And knowing that there's a level of support, not just by the women around you, but the
Yeah.
men also in your
Yeah.
circle, I think is, from what I've learned from this conversation, has also helped you in your journey towards motherhood and womanhood. So the last question that I have 2 more questions. Second last. What is something you would tell the younger you who did not think they would be a mother?
Yes.
What is something you would tell her right now?
What I'll tell her is there is a lot to learn in this life, apart from just seeing what other people are doing. It's good to also discover yourself, discover the people around you, or discover issues around what happens when you become, let's say, a mother. Number one, a working mother. Because you have to take care of your family, you have to take care of your kids, you have to take care of your job, you know.
And yourself.
And how to divide all these roles as a parent. And the most important thing, to have a supportive partner. Because I remember, like me, if I didn't have like my husband was very, very, very supportive. I'm imagining if I didn't get a supportive husband, I could have broken down kitambo. Yeah. But having a partner who understands, who is supportive, who is always there for you, in case there are any issues, is there to hold your hand and to make sure that you have a crying shoulder. To me, it's very important. As a younger me, I would like to see even younger ladies be ready. Yeah, it needs you to be ready for parenthood. But when it comes, when you're not ready, have a partner who will actually be there for you. It's very important. Yeah.
That's very beautiful. Now, my last question. What do you want your children to remember you as a mother?
Whoa.
Or how do you want your children, how do you want your children to remember you as a mother?
Wow. The many crazy stories we've had, crazy activities, the many bonding we've had. I know we've had so many things, but the most important thing is the push to I want a better life, the push to I want to be like so and so in a good way. You can want to be like so and so, but not in a good way, but in a good way, and have this the idea of working hard. You have a goal. How do I reach my goal? You have a vision. What do I do to ensure I visualize this vision? Through hard working, through determination, through every now and then you ask, am I on the right path? Am I doing the correct thing? Yeah? And ensuring that whatever you put your eyes on, just go for it. If it's something good you want to do,
Go for it.
go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it, Mom. Thank you so much, Mommy.
You're welcome.
This has been so insightful.
It has, yeah.
This has been such an amazing conversation.
I didn't see it coming, really. But,
I thought about it impulsively. I was like, just carry your recorder. You might be...
Thank you so much for listening to this episode till the very end. Thank you for listening to us cry, to us remember, literally going back in a time capsule, and also listening to my time when I was a treacherous criminal, Now, all I need from you is one simple favor. Follow us on each and every platform. On YouTube, that's Nagiri Tales. On Instagram, that's _Teta_Nam. And on Spotify, Teta Nam Africa. And I will make it my duty to make this podcast even better and grow even bigger. Stay African, stay radical, and keep fighting. See you next week.